Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at a mini PC, the ACEMAGIC Vista Mini V1 N150. And, first glance, it looks like an amazing deal. Super powerful for its size, tiny, really affordable, perfect, you'd think, for basic stuff, students, home office, streaming. I mean, it's incredibly small, like 3.9 inches square, weighs almost nothing, 245 grams, and the price, around $167. Okay, let's unpack this. On the surface, this mini PC offers a lot for very little, almost too good to be true. But as we dig into your sources, we uncover a fascinating and frankly alarming but.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely a product of stark contrasts. Because what's interesting is the hardware, for what it is actually pretty capable. Our analysis, it suggests it even outperforms some competitors using the exact same N150 chip, which points to, well, decent thermal design maybe.
That does sound appealing, especially for that low price. You're getting 16 gigs of RAM, a 512 gig SSD, and Windows 11 Pro already installed. That's quite a package. Sources say it runs daily tasks, web browsing, even 4K video playback pretty smoothly. Plus support for two 4K monitors. It's got HDMI 2.0, DisplayPort 1.4. Comes with a VESA mount too, and people say it's silent. It makes you wonder, okay, what are the small trade-offs, right? Like, sure, it's not for high-end gaming, and maybe the M.2 SSD is SATA, not the faster NVMe kind, no USB-C, maybe weak Wi-Fi, things you could maybe live with on a budget if that was the whole story, but it isn't.
And actually, there's another plus for some people, that Intel N150 processor. It has QuickSync, which basically means its video engine is quite efficient. So for something like a low-power Plex server, it's surprisingly good. A niche thing, but still.
So, okay, lots of good points on the hardware side for such a small, cheap box. But here's where it gets really interesting. All that impressive hardware comes with a critical hidden catch. Imagine buying a new PC, thinking it's, clean slate, fresh start, only to find out it's basically spying on you right out of the box.
Yeah, and this really hits at brand trust, because that's precisely what seems to have happened here. Back in early 2024, ACEMAGIC got caught up in a pretty serious security scandal. We saw multiple independent reports confirming their mini PCs were being shipped with malware. Not just any malware. We're talking dangerous stuff pre-installed. Specifically, Redline Info Stealer. That's designed to grab passwords, bank details, personal info, and also the Bladabindi backdoor Trojan, which, it essentially gives attackers remote control over the machine. And get this, it was found in an EDV folder tucked away in the recovery partition.
The recovery partition? Wow, because even a system reset might not fix it.
That's the implication. ACEMAGIC's explanation was, deeply unsatisfying. They claimed developers used, quote, unsigned code sourced from the internet to modify Windows. I mean, that basically admits to a catastrophic failure in their software security, their quality control.
Just horrifying. So what does this mean for you if you're looking at this or maybe already bought one? What's the real risk?
Well, looking at the big picture here, the verdict from our sources is pretty clear-cut. You just can't recommend the ACEMAGIC Vista Mini V1 N150 for the average person, not safely. This whole pre-installed malware thing is a fundamental breach of trust. The only way someone should consider it is if they're technically savvy enough to immediately wipe the entire drive, format everything, and then do a completely clean install of a trusted operating system like Windows from Microsoft directly, or maybe Linux, which of course totally defeats the purpose of buying a pre-built plug-and-play system, right?
Right. It becomes a project, not a simple solution.
Exactly. And there's more. The company structure itself is, opaque. ACEMAGIC is apparently part of a larger company, Shanminheng Technology Company, Ltd., and this parent company also owns other budget PC brands you might see online, Kamrui, Naipogi, Ctonin. So it creates this kind of illusion of choice. But if there's a systemic security problem at the source, it could potentially affect multiple brands that seem unrelated. That's worrying. And despite all this, you look on Amazon and it still has a 4.6 out of 5-star rating, which probably reflects people's initial happiness with the hardware before these major security issues came to light or were widely understood.
It's such a conflict then. Incredible value on paper versus this huge, unacceptable security risk. What really stands out to you when you weigh those two things?
I think what stands out is the idea of hidden costs. Beyond the sticker price, the real cost of a super budget device like this might actually be the unseen effort, the technical skill, and the time you have to put in just to make it safe to use. It really makes you question, doesn't it? How much trust can we or should we place in the supply chains for these deeply discounted electronics? Whatever hidden problems might be lurking inside those deals that just seem too good to be true. Something definitely worth thinking about.